blade point. Let's talk about blade point. The blade on each knife has a specified purpose. Here is a clip point. Here is a drop point. Here is a straight back point. Here is a tanto point. And here is a spear point. Hello YouTubers, and thank you for coming to my channel, the Virginia Bushcrafter. And if you haven't been to my channel before, this is the channel where we learn and we practice bushcrafting, prepping, and survival skills. And dealing with bushcrafting, prepping, and survival skills, again, one of the most important tools is your knife or your cutting tool. Now, you may remember I did a video some time ago and I spoke on blade grind, the convex grind, the hollow grind, the saber grind, chisel grind, and so forth. So today, I'm going to focus on blade point. Now, there is a clip point. There is a drop point. There is a straight point. There is a tanto point and a spear point. So let me show you up close some of the characteristics of each blade point. Now, this first blade point is a clip point. Now, we have the spine, and about the last third of the blade, we notice that some of the metal has been removed. This is the clip portion. Now, if you notice, the point is equal with the spine. So some of this material has been grinded out. This is the clip point. Now, this is ideal for precision tasks, such as meat processing, fish cleaning, animal skinning, and so forth. Now, this point is extremely fine, very fine point. And the military uses clip points a lot, if you notice on their knives. And these are good for self-defense as well as stabbing into the wood. You can stab into the wood, take your wood, and make feather sticks. Now, another characteristic of this knife is that it has a big belly. You notice here there's a big belly. And that is for tasks such as trimming and slashing. So again, this is the clip point right here. Now the clip point can be in a circular size, or it can be straight. As you see on this survival knife, the clip point goes down straight. And then, as you can see on this smaller skinny knife, here again, this is the clip point. You know, it's for precision. You can put your hand here, become very precise as to what you want to do with the knife. So that is the clip point. The next one is a drop point. Now, the drop point, if you notice from the spine, how it just slightly slides down to the point. And you have the belly of the knife that comes up to the point. Now, this is very easily controlled, very controllable. All you do is lay your finger along the blade, the top of the blade, grip the knife for detailed working. You know, if you want to make feather sticks or hanging pots and so forth. Now, one thing about this drop point is that it slightly has a broad tip to prevent breaking. They're very thick in here to prevent breaking, and it has a large belly for slicing. And this is a great all-purpose knife, and hunters like this knife because when you are field dressing an animal, you can actually turn this up without damaging any part of the animal other than the skin. So this is why a lot of hunters like this. And this knife is very popular in the bushcraft and survival camps because it's versatile. You can do woodwork with this. You can do chopping with this. It's just a general utility work. You know, good for general utility work. So again, that's the drop point. And on this smaller knife, notice it's a drop point. It goes downward. So that's a drop point. On this next knife, it is a straight back knife. You notice that from the back of the knife, it's straight. There's no curves, no downward, anything that's downward or nothing that goes upward. It's just straight. So it's called a straight back. And this long spine makes the blade heavy and sturdy for chopping and slicing. And it allows force by using a hand to apply pressure to the long unsharpened area here. So you can apply pressure if you wanted to do some feather stickings with fat wood, which is really soft. You can just put your hand on there and press down or put the wood there and hit it, because there are no curves. There are no curves on the top of the spine, and no swoops and so forth. So that provides a large cutting surface, and it can be handled, and this also can handle chopping as well as other ordinary bushcrafting duties. So again, this is a straight back because it goes straight. Now, here's a smaller knife. You can see here again, it is straight. No curves, no swoops or anything. This is a straight back knife. Now, the next knife is a tanto knife. Now, this knife, the blade shape, it replaces a curved belly for an angle or an angular edge that transition. It makes it a stronger and more prominent point. This is a very strong point. As you can see, it's straight here. It goes up angular, and that's a very strong point. And this point is good for piercing tough objects, you know, and it's very hard to break. This is a very hard point to break, and it's been known to cut through body armor, or you can carve hardwood with it on a daily basis. So this is the tanto point. Now, on this folding pocket knife, note this is a tanto point, but it has a clip point, and then it is diagonal here, and it transitions up here to a tanto point. So again, these are good for piercing. They're hard to break. Like I said, they've been known to go through body armor and so forth. But this is the tanto point. Now the last one is a spear point. Now this spear point, one of the characteristics about the spear point is that it usually has two edges. Now you may see a spear point with only one edge, but the main characteristic of this spear point is that the point is in the middle of the blade. And this is good for thrusting or piercing and slicing. It's used basically for a dagger and for a throwing knife. And I find it to really not be useful for anything other than combat. I don't use this in the bush. However, I have known individuals to use it in the bush because, again, it has cutting edges, spear point and so forth. So here is another spear point. Again, two edges, good for thrusting and so forth. So those are the characteristics of the blade points. When I go into the bush, I mainly carry a drop point or a straight back point. However, I have taken into the bush a clip point. So those are the characteristics of a knife point. Again, so you have the clip point, you have the drop point, you have the straight back point, you have the tanto point, and you have the spear point. So guys, I just wanted to bring that to your attention. So I want you to please hit that like button, leave me your comments so that we can learn from each other, share this out to the community, and subscribe to my channel by ringing that bell so that you get all of my notifications when they drop. Thank you, YouTubers. I appreciate your support, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you.